Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing my top 5 drugstore foundations for the year. You guys know how much I absolutely adore drugstore foundations, saving money, affordable makeup, all of my favorite things, but it can be a little tricky to find formulas that actually work for your skin in the drugstore, especially if you've got a skin type like me. If you are new here, I've got oily skin, textured skin, I've got a lot of enlarged pores. My skin hates a lot of foundations, so it can be quite tricky to find things that will actually last all day and stay looking perfect. But these 5 that I'm going to show you today are absolute winners in my opinion, and you cannot fault them. They're so reliable. So I'm going to start off with the more natural ones, and then we're going to move into the full coverage. Absolute number 1 first place, and I have been so blown away by this formula, the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint. This stuff is absolutely gorgeous. So this is like a light to medium buildable skin tint. So it is a very natural finish on the skin. It gives this beautiful glowy finish, but without actually causing heaviness or stickiness or cakiness. And it doesn't feel like you just want to scrape your makeup off or like you look super shiny and sweaty. It gives a really glowy finish on the skin without being sticky or without feeling sticky. And it also actually lasts a really long time on the skin, even though it's loaded with skincare. It's full of vitamin C in this one. But it still lasts really, really well on my skin without transferring off or just melting off during the day. I love it. It's totally oily skin safe, no splitting, caking, separating. It's just beautiful. I will continue to repurchase this for years. Maybelline, if you discontinue this, I'm going to be devastated. And then another skin tint that's very similar to the Maybelline one comes a very close second. Like the 2 formulas are very similar, but I actually think if you made me choose, I would go for the Maybelline, but very, very close second is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Tinted Plumping Serum, or the Plumping Tinted Serum is its technical name. This one's actually loaded with hyaluronic acid. You guys should know by now, if you've been a subscriber here on my channel for a little while, how much I love hyaluronic acid. It is a miracle ingredient when it comes to the skin. Really, really good at hydrating the skin, but without heaviness or stickiness or without just feeling like you've got a residue. This formula is very similar to hyaluronic acid itself. It will create like this gorgeous glowing, like perfected, blurred out, smoothed out complexion, and it'll give your skin lots of hydration but without feeling actually heavy. It is a low to medium buildable coverage. Both of these skin tints, I would say, are shockingly high in coverage for something that's actually considered a skin tint. A little bit goes a long way, and they also make a great base for actually mixing in your higher coverage foundations as well. If you're wanting to build up a little bit of coverage, you can also use a bit of concealer with these to really build up the coverage. Lasts a really long time on the skin. You obviously do need to touch up during the day, but it touches up beautifully. Like it doesn't get cakey when you touch up and it doesn't transfer off when you touch up. Just seriously amazing. Like Maybelline and L'Oreal did such a good job with their skin tints this year. I have been so impressed. And they're just really great options for like more natural days. Next up, I've got the Maybelline Superstay Active Wear. Now this one, like you guys know, I've loved the original Maybelline Superstay for years and years and years. It's been one of my holy grails for a really, really long time. But this Superstay Active Wear one, I have been absolutely loving this year. It is a slightly lower coverage version of the Superstay, but with the same long-lasting power. Like this one says 30 hours of wear, and honestly, I believe that. I have personally never worn my makeup for 30 hours, but honestly, if I wanted a formula that I could feel confident in lasting 30 hours, it would absolutely be this one. This one gives you amazing coverage. It blurs pores, it blurs texture, and it's just like paint. Like once it is on the skin, it is not going anywhere. It will not transfer off. It is heat proof, like gym proof, sweat proof, humidity proof. Like she's not going anywhere. You don't have to worry about bumping your nose and like your foundation transferring right off or anything. Like she's good to go for hours and hours and hours. And I just love this formula. I think because it's like the active wear formula, it's a lot more flexible. I feel like it bends and moves with the skin a lot more than the original Superstay. It feels really, really lightweight, but it still gives you that intense coverage and that blurring power. I just love this for daytime, for nighttime, for all time. I think it's a gorgeous formula and it's definitely worth you checking out. Next up, I've got another Maybelline one. I know, like Maybelline just knows how to do complexion at the drugstore. Like truly some of my all-time favorite formulas for both foundations and mascaras, but I've got the Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid. This is like a Photoshop in a bottle version of a foundation. I would actually say that it's got a similar finish on the skin to the Hourglass Ambient. It's just like this candlelit, gorgeous satin finish, glowing skin. Everything looks really, really perfected. It looks like your skin's been retouched, honestly. Like your pores are really minimized, texture, fine lines. Everything's really blurred out. It's more of like a medium coverage. Like you're not going to get a full coverage look out of this one, but it will give your skin this really pretty satin, glowy kind of finish that just... It looks so flattering. It's actually also loaded with skincare, which is really interesting. It's got hyaluronic acid in it and collagen. Like I've said, and like I said earlier on in this video, my skin absolutely loves hyaluronic acid. Like it is its favorite thing in the whole world. So typically formulas that do have hyaluronic acid in them, like my skin, we just get along, okay? This is a hydrating formula, but without being sticky or heavy. And it's just really radiant and glowy, and it just looks really, really beautiful and flattering. Again, I love it for during the day, and I also love it for at nighttime for like special occasions and things like that. It just always looks good. It always works, and it's also oily skin safe. So if you are like me and you're looking for something that will actually last, it's not going to split up and cake and separate and just melt literally off your face, I think that you will really, really like this formula. And then lastly, coming up in 5th place, and this is like the full coverage of the full coverage of the full coverage, the She Glam Complexion Pro. This stuff is literally insane as far as coverage go. This will cover redness, acne, rosacea, dark under eye circles. Like when I wear this, I do not need concealer. It just literally covers everything. It's much more of a matte finish, so just bear that in mind. If you are not an oily skin type, you may find this one quite drying on the skin. But oh my God, she is like paint. Like you put this on, oh, just incredible. Full coverage, full glam makeup looks. If you've got a really, really nice dark smoky eye and you're looking for something to just really make the skin look perfect, couldn't recommend this one anymore, and it just lasts and lasts. So nights out, like when you're going dancing or clubbing or dinner with the girls, or you've got a special occasion and you're wanting your makeup to stay, you know, really matte, really perfect, really full coverage, like really just like nobody mess with me. This is the foundation that you are looking for. Surprisingly, it's like less than $10 as well. It's insanely, insanely affordable. This one is just matte, full coverage, not messing around, but at the same time, you like it doesn't look fake. It doesn't look like you've troweled your makeup on or like your skin can't breathe. You're not going to find, you know, during the night that you're just like, oh, I really want to take my makeup off. It still feels really nice on the skin. And it's beautiful luxe packaging. Like for a foundation that is so cheap, it's like this really heavy glass bottle. I honestly love it. It's a gorgeous formula and it's a great way to save money if you're wanting a full coverage foundation. Well, there you go, guys. Those are my top 5 drugstore foundations for the year. I have just been reusing these over and over and over and over again. My skin loves them. I love the look. I love the finish. And I love how long they last and wear on my oily skin. As always, if you've got any questions about any of them or any video requests, please be sure to pop all of that down in the comment section down below. I'll be down there answering all your questions. But I love you guys heaps. I hope you're having an amazing week and I will catch you all in my next video.